Hey, welcome back to another episode of Unleashed Alchemy. Tamara Tamu here, your fellow spiritual master, bringing you spiritual wisdom, okay, so that you can walk in your sovereign identity with complete confidence. Look, I know it's been probably about 2 weeks, all right? I just took a little break, all right, which we all need from time to time. Don't forget that, especially as you open up your vessel to accept that you are a spiritual being. Why do I say that? Okay, to you, because when you decide to make spirituality the backbone of your life, your mind, your body, and your spirit opens you up to much more. All right. And sometimes it can feel like or seem like it's more than what you bargained for, because now you are stepping into who you are as a spiritual master, which causes you to see beyond the surface. All right. Causes you to see beyond the veil in every single part of your life. So you have to remember to take care of this vessel, all right, that holds so much power and so much magic. But that is not what this episode is about. This episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between escaping discomfort versus protecting your energetic field. Don't worry, those were a lot of words. We're going to break it down. All right, so before we get started, though, I want to invite you to go get a pen and paper. Now, I will also say this too. If you would like to get the outline for this particular episode, watch it all the way through. Leave me a comment. Just say outline, please. And I will send you the link, all right, to where you can download the PDF for this particular episode. All right. All right. Now, another thing that I want to say before we get into today's episode, if you have been following me, I hate that word. If you have been subscribed to the Unleashed Alchemy YouTube channel, then you know typically I upload a brand new video every 3 to every 4 days with even impromptu messages in between. That is a lot of videos, a lot of content. All right. There are new things that I'm doing as we end out this year. There are new things that I'll be doing in the upcoming years, which means I am going to scale back, okay, on the number of videos that I'm going to be doing per month on this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is still top priority for me. So don't worry. You will still be able to come and get value, and still be able to come and get tips that you can apply and integrate into your everyday life so that you can really shake up your spiritual technology. So instead of a new video every 3 to 4 days, I'm going to be doing one video per week. Now, as I am guided, as always, if I need to get you a message right then and there, then there will be those impromptu videos. But for recorded episodes, pre-recorded episodes, one time per week. Okay? All right. Another thing that I'm going to share with you before we get into today's video is that if you have been subscribed, you see that I offer complimentary gifts to you. I also have paid services and products that I always put in the description box of this video. You'll hear me talk about my magic school, which is a monthly membership. Okay. You'll hear me talk about my coaching services that I offer, which is typically a 12-session package. I don't typically offer just one-off sessions, but that has changed, at least for this moment. I've decided to open up 5 spots for 5 people that want to have a one-off session with me. It will be a 45-minute session for spiritual counseling. Okay. If you are wanting to know how to tap into your spirit guides, how to tap into your spiritual technology, what is your spiritual technology, to tap into whatever energies that you feel are binding you or somehow keeping you from moving forward. That is what we cover. So it is a spiritual read, okay, if you want to say it that way. But you will have a session with me. 45 minutes is one-time session. This is not part of the 12 session package. And if you are wanting to sign up to have just one session with me, leave me a comment, okay? And I will send you the link, or you can send me an email, unleashedalchemy@gmail.com. Very simple. Serious inquiries only. All right. 5 slots. Okay. So that was a lot. But we're still here. You're still here. So let's get going on this episode. Now, let's get going. I have notes here. So I'll be looking down periodically. You know how we do. If you've been here. If you're new here, welcome. Now, the difference between escaping discomfort versus protecting your energetic fields. Let's talk about what it means to escape. So, if you are escaping something or you're running from something, that implies that you're experiencing something very uncomfortable. All right? Very simple. You're experiencing discomfort on some level. It doesn't matter the level. We're not going to cover that. But discomfort, okay? Doesn't matter the degree. It could be something as simple as waiting in a line. All right? Your feet hurt. That's discomfort. To having a conversation where someone is talking to you crazy. That is discomfort. So we're not talking about degrees here. Discomfort is discomfort. And when you are experiencing discomfort, what can happen is your body can restrict. Your body can respond to discomfort in various ways. So you'll constrict. I know when I feel discomfort, my cheeks get hot. I feel heat on my forehead. Really like heat coming from my face, all right? So that's one of the ways that I feel discomfort in my body, right? Now, that's something that is triggering discomfort within you. It could be a conversation, like I just mentioned. It could be an environment. It could be your relationship. And when you hear me say the word relationship, with which I'm going to use throughout this episode, that relationship, that could be relationship in work, in family. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be relationship with your friends, with your community, relationships in business. So all types of relationships, any interpersonal communication. All right. Let's keep going. Now, to answer the question of to know the difference between escaping versus protecting your energetic field, we talked about to escape something, what that implies. Now, we also have to talk about the influence of programming when it comes to determining if you are escaping something or if you are protecting your energetic fields. What do I mean by this? So, with programming, we have to look at this in 2 ways. So we already know with programming, there's societal, familial programming. There's also religious programming. We're going to talk about all 3. I put societal and familial expectations in one group, and then religious programming we're going to talk about in a second group. So let's talk about societal and familial programming first. Now, societal and familial programming, those constructs will make you believe that to endure discomfort, that is the only way to success. Success in relationships, success in school, success in marriage, success in business. You have to endure discomfort. Don't run. Also, those constructs will say to endure discomfort, to endure struggle, it makes all your achievements worthwhile. These are the stories that we've heard. These are the ideas that we have heard, that we have taken on. Let's go further. Also, societal familial programming will say to endure discomfort or struggle means that nothing will ever come easy to you. Raise your hand if you've heard that one a million times, right? Also, to endure struggle and discomfort, that means that you're not a quitter. If you can stay in discomfort for a really, really long time, that means you're not a quitter. It means you're a fighter. To endure struggle and discomfort, that also means that you're not lazy. That also means that you're a hard worker. You're going to tough it out. To endure struggle, discomfort, that means you have found the key to life because you endured and you're surviving every single day. That is the key to life, right? To endure struggle and discomfort means that you are tough because you are not trying to escape something that is uncomfortable. Those are just a few. Even that was a long list, but those are just a few of the ideas that have been programmed, that you have been programmed to apply to what it means to sit in discomfort. Okay? Now, let's go on to the second part, which is religious programming. Now, religious programming includes all of those constructs that we just went down, that we just went through. Religion, though, takes it a step further because it actually gives you an image of discomfort and struggle and tells you that this is how life is to be if you consider yourself to be of the highest religious order. Now, again, if you have been subscribed to this channel for a long time, you know a lot when I talk about religion. I use my own experience growing up in Christian cults, okay? And yes, I call it a cult. I think all religions are cults. All religions need to go away. Anyway, so back to religion. Religion gives you an image, actually gives you a picture, a literal picture, and depending on which church that you're in, that image can change, but the format is the same. So what does this look like? You see an image of this man beaten to a pulp. In some churches, the man is not beaten at all. It's just this man who looks like he needs some help. He looks limp and weak. He looks like he's in pain. But either way, whether you have this image of a man that's beaten to a pulp, either way, the man looks like he's in pain and he needs help. All right. Some images show a man that's bleeding to death, hanging on a cross or a tree. He obviously can't get down. Okay. So religion says, look upon this picture, because if you are suffering, then you are suffering for Christ's sake. Then you're also told that Christ did all that for you. So why do you have to suffer? Okay, that's a side note. All right. So you're told to suffer in life is to be like this man that you see helpless hanging on this cross or tree, who happened to endure all of that physical torture for you. So if you are struggling in any way in life, if you are suffering in any way in life, if you are just surviving any way in life, if you are experiencing some type of discomfort in any way in life, then you are just like this Savior, and that is to be reverenced and acknowledged. There's going to be a reward for you someday. Now, I kind of touched on this before, but here's a side note. When I identified as a Christian, all right, the story of a person dying for me never felt comfortable to me, all right? If that person had already suffered and endured what was supposed to be the worst torture or the worst death that anybody could ever experience, then why would I be expected to endure more struggle, more discomfort, and more suffering? Because wasn't that already done for me? This is what was going on in my mind even as a child. Okay, that was a side note. I just wanted to share that with you. So let's come back. So, what does all of that programming create for you? Let's talk about identity first. So now that you have had this conglomerate of programming at play within your body, suffering, simply surviving, discomfort, drama, difficulty, it becomes a part of your expectation. Okay? So then, because you have that identity, so now you've got these ideas. Some of these ideas look like this. If you're experiencing discomfort, if you choose a route that removes that discomfort, then you have the idea that you are lazy. Here's another one. If you choose a route that removes the discomfort, then you are running from the discomfort. And you're not strong because you don't have enough thick skin, or you don't have thick skin because you're running, you're not enduring, you're not surviving, right? Now, how does this lead? How does that programming, how do those ideas, how does that lead to how you operate in your life? The main aspect of this is self-sabotage. So, what does this look like? You will bring drama and difficulty into your life even when there's no evidence of it. Even when difficulty is not there, you will create it. You will bring it. How do I know? Because I have done that. Even to this day, even in this moment, I have to be very conscious of that because of the programming. I still have to be conscious of it and set the intention every single day. Whether it's me simply saying, I deserve a life of ease. Everything that I do is easy. I deserve ease in business. I deserve ease at the store. I deserve divine favor. Ease is my identity. Even if it's just that simple. Because remember, also, if you've been around here for a minute, you know that the power of your word, that's truth. Anytime you speak, what you speak is written in the cosmos. That is the truth, and your external environment conforms to what you say. That is a power that you have in your voice. You are a creator. All right, but let's come back to the episode. Now, let me give you an example. Have you ever been around someone or ever been in community with someone, in relationship with someone, had a friend or friends that always seemed to open the door to confusion, discord, chaos? Perhaps there is someone in your life right now, you love this person, but every time you see them coming, number one, you don't want to tell them anything because you know they're going to make a big deal about it. When you see them in the room, it's like, oh, okay, here we go. Let's brace ourselves. You've known those type of people. Perhaps you know those people right now. They're very, very present and very alive in your life. So even when the energies of confusion, discord, and chaos were not present, even when those energies were not present, that person invited them. This is because that person has adopted a difficult, suffering identity, and they carry that identity and that energy into everything that they do. And I mean everything from making a simple phone call to driving. Everything is hard, and you can see it on their face. They just carry that energy. They don't even know it. All right. So now, what does this have to do with you? So now let's go back to the question of what is the difference between escaping discomfort and protecting your energy? And why am I bringing this up now? This video was very intentional for me to post it today, Sunday, November 24th, because many of you that are watching, will probably get together with your family. Like many other households, many people use this time to get together with their extended family, their friends, because there's that dreadful holiday that the U.S. calls a holiday that essentially celebrates colonization. All right, but even that's another video. And some people get together, they don't necessarily celebrate Thanksgiving, but they still use it as a time to get together with their families on a larger scale. Some of you are going to be hearing certain conversations that are low level, that are low vibrational, that are filled with worry, fear, anxiety. And you have the right to protect your energetic fields. So I'll get to that in a minute. I got ahead of myself. Let's come back. Now, I'm going to repeat this question. What is the difference between escaping and protecting your energy? Escaping. To escape. When you escape something, you're convincing yourself that what is presenting discomfort isn't there. All right? Also, escaping also looks like you convincing yourself that you feel good and you're just happy about what's taking place, even when that is not truth for you. Escaping is ignoring that you actually don't feel good about whatever is occurring. In fact, you hate what is occurring. You feel resentful for what is occurring. Escaping is pretending that you feel okay when you don't. Escaping is ignoring your feelings and then leaving the situation. That is running. That is escaping because you haven't addressed your energy. You have not addressed the energetics of that. Yes, you can leave, but you are still carrying those energies. You're still carrying those feelings. You have not honored them. You have not addressed them. That is escaping. You haven't protected anything. Now, what is protecting your energy? What does that look like? Protecting your energy looks like this. Being honest about your discomfort. Acknowledging that you, in fact, don't like, you don't enjoy, You can't stand what is happening. You can't stand what is hearing. And again, this happening, it could be a conversation. It could be what's in your external environment, immediate in your external environment, could be out in the world, could be anything. We're talking about any situation that brings discomfort to you. So, being honest, acknowledging how you feel about what you see here. Then you ask yourself these questions. And these questions that I'm going to share with you are questions that I ask myself. It's now become a ritual for me. All right? When you're experiencing discomfort, you ask. This is after you've been honest and after you have acknowledged what's happening in your energetic field. You ask, how do I want to feel? How do I deserve to feel? That's one question. The next question you can ask, and the questions, I'm reading them to you in order as I have them written. The order doesn't mean anything as far as, significance. They're all significant. So the next question is, what do I want to see happen in this situation? So, next question is, what outcome do I want to see? What options and what are the possibilities that I could see that would invoke joy within me? Those are questions that I ask myself to this day. So, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use those questions in an actual example. Now, I got ahead of myself. And so I already mentioned, I'm going to repeat myself. This week, if you live in the US, there's a Thanksgiving that celebrates colonization, okay? A lot of families don't necessarily celebrate that holiday, but they use that day and from this moment to the end of the year to get together and celebrate with their families, or just have, this love fest with their families on a larger scale. Some people even have entire family reunions, whatever. Now, because of the US election results, a lot of people out here roaming the earth, projecting their worry, their fear, and their anger into almost every single conversation. All right. You can feel the energy. It is palpable. It is thick. It is heavy. You can hear even the anxiety of political commentators. And rightfully so. I don't say that to judge how people are feeling. But this is what is happening. You have people that are full of anxiety and living in anxiety, not even wanting to leave their house because they don't want to deal with it. That's a form of escapism. The reason why you see this happening is because people are not understanding the spiritual aspect of the election results. But that's not what this video is about. All right. So here's where you come in. Here's where protecting your energetic field comes in. So let's say you're with family, you're with your friends. The fearful conversations begin. And let me just I'm going to give you a few examples because I've already heard this in my community. There's all this stuff that they're going to do to us. First of all, who the fuck is they? That's number one, okay? Then I've heard, what are we going to do in these next 4 years? How are we going to survive? You see how powerless that sounds? So these are conversations that can come up. So You may start to hear the same thing. Perhaps you've already started to hear the same thing within your community. Energetically, you can start to feel uncomfortable. You may start to restrict. It can start to feel icky. You can start to feel maybe a pit in your stomach. It may start to pierce your ears because the way that people speak, it sounds powerless. And you can say, okay, in your mind, this I feel at this moment extremely uncomfortable. I feel like I'm drowning in this. I'm drowning. I feel like I'm drowning in this anxiety that's not even mine. So, what do you do first? What did we just talk about? You acknowledge how you feel. Don't pretend that you're fine with the conversation. Then you ask, so let's go back to the questions. How do I want to feel? How do I deserve to feel? And you may be saying, well, I deserve to feel. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel at ease. I want to feel joy. That's what I want to feel. And then the next question that will come up is, what do I want to see happen right now? And then you may say, well, I want to see people enjoying themselves. I want to hear people express and realize that they have power as sovereign beings and start to talk like it instead of speaking as if they have been defeated. Then you can go into the other question of what possibilities and what outcomes would bring me joy in this moment. And I'm going to give you several here, but this is personal for you. You could say, well, one of those outcomes, one of those possibilities is to excuse yourself from the conversation. Or go into another room, right? Very simple. Possibly. The next thing that could be a possibility for you is to give your spiritual insight. And your spiritual insight could be as simple but not simple as saying, I like how this is an opportunity for us as sovereign beings to declare what we want and what we deserve as we live as human beings on this physical plane. The end. You can sound your alarm and give space to your Heka. Or another possibility that could invoke joy would be your exit. That could be the time where you say, hey, everybody, it's good seeing all of you. I'm going to go ahead and head out for the night, for the day. Here's the thing. The reason you ask yourself those questions, it can be helpful because however you choose to stop the discomfort yourself, you did not just simply escape and run, because you first gave recognition to what was taking place in your own energetic field. When you acknowledge what's happening in your energetic field, you're saying and recognizing that you are not designed to sit in discomfort. We went over the programming that takes part in us taking on an identity that says sitting in discomfort is normal, or being uncomfortable for long periods of time, that is how life is supposed to be. No, it's not. No, it is not. So you were not designed to sit in discomfort. It is a natural expectation to have comfort, to experience ease, to experience flow, regardless of how you've been programmed. And when you choose to take a route that is deemed by other people to be easy, it won't matter, because you know for yourself that you have gone beyond the grain of difficulty and you have returned to your birthright that says, I determine what is a part of my energetic field. I determine what comes in. I deserve what goes out. I am confident in my sovereign identity that says that I have a divine right to peace, harmony, ease, and flow in every single part of my life. And that is my truth. And so it is now. Period. All right. So that is the message that I wanted to share with you. Don't forget what I said. Go back to the beginning of the video. There's about 3 minutes of some announcements. Okay. Leave me the comments. You know why. If you don't, go back to the beginning of the video. I'm not going to repeat all of that. But I want to leave this message with you for this week and beyond. All right. And until next time, cheers.